I need to summon Tholemba. Honestly, I think it's totally normal for if she's all gross and nasty looking, that's pretty normal for orc women. That seems to be roughly the point.
Oh, I see.
Usually the thing is orc women are all nasty and dwarf women are you can't even be identified as being female.
Yeah. That's the usual joke.
Because they have beards and everything.
What was
there we
that
go.
in?
Lord of the Rings had
Lord of the Rings had it for sure. It was also in Puzzle Quest.
No, it was... I want to say it was actually Eragon or something. That, like... After a while, it turned out that the dwarf character that was going around with them for a while was actually a chick.
Was actually a woman?
Yeah. In, like, the final battle of the first book or something.
There was a dwarf woman in the first one? I don't think so.
I don't remember.
Remember,
being
like,
a dwarf.
the big battle... Oh, wait, no. The battle was at the beginning of the second book. However, they crammed it into the end of the first/only movie.
Yep.
Good thing they stopped making those.
Yeah, that and Golden Compass. Those were not good movies.
They just...
This looks important.
With Eragon, they just didn't even try. Like, usually when you watch a movie that's an adaptation, there's like, oh, there's that part they changed. That was kind of a bummer. In Eragon, none of it matches ever. It's baffling. It just...
it was a dragon.
Yeah, but like, they got the name of the dragon right. That's about it. Congrats.
It was actually really funny. So, when I was working at Joanne's, there was a lady that would come by all the time because she was a costumer for a local theater group. And they were doing a Midsummer Night's Dream, so she was coming in and having to buy all of these really expensive dress fabrics and stuff for, like, Queen Titania and whatnot. So, she comes in with her granddaughter often, you know, probably babysitting for the day. And I hear her call her Saphira, and I go, oh, you know, that's a dragon's name. And she goes, no, that's my name. And I'm like, well... So you never told her about Saphira the dragon? And the grandmother's like, oh, that's what my son must have named her after. And it was funny because months later, they come back and she mentions that her name's Saphira. And I ask, oh, like the dragon? And she goes, yep. So clearly she internalized the fact that she's named
never
after
known before.
a dragon. Yeah, yeah. I mean, then again, like her parents could have just been somewhat nerdy and just never really explained it.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, also, like, if you're too young, you probably don't want to be reading Eragon. It's, for the most part, okay. But I can see it being a little hard on, like, 4-year-old. Yeah. But, like, there was death. There was...
It is very much a children's fantasy book compared to actual fantasy books.
This is true.
It is harder to look at as an adult than it was when I was a teenager.
It was just so ripped from...
I get a little tired with, like,
4 and 5, though.
Adult fantasy, though. Like...
No, the main problem with Eragon is just that it's horrifyingly, like, derivative.
Oh, yeah.
Like, every plot point's ripped from other things, because it was written by a teenager. He just didn't have ideas, really.
Oh. I just call it in?
Mm-hmm.
So you said you said the fire was inside of a brazier?
Yeah, it's like... It looks like a set of purple balls inside the area. Here, I'll go stand next to it.
Whoa, now I am the chosen one. You will be my champion and carry my vengeance to realms where I cannot tread.
Right here, Keith.
Oh.
It looks like some farting purple balls.
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
I felt like a crazy person because there was no, like, interactive looking object in the environment.
Heath, have you done Rage of the Wolf Ancient yet?
Which, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, you already completed it.
Is that the cutscene?
I don't know if I can go in with you.
Yeah, you can.
Are you talking about the cutscene quest, or what?
Not the cutscene quests. It's where you, like, teleport through the portal and stuff.
Oh,
I'm just trying to figure out where you are.
That was the place I was trying to tell you about, where I went in the fireplace and killed all the elementals, and then I came to you guys and went to the fireplace and killed the elementals, because they didn't have a lot of ideas for this area. They kind of made one...
I mean...
They made a forest area and a fire area, and then copy-pasted them a few times into other spots.
The whole point of this zone is that the elemental plane of fire is like currently invading Hyjal.
Yeah,
and like that's why this is a problem.
Unfortunately, it leads to a questing region that's thematically redundant. So it feels like we're doing the same thing over and over again in different zones to an extent.
That is a true point.
And they also just look the same.
It is all because of Deathwing, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Deathwing decided to do things.
I mean, this entire expansion is because of Deathwing. That's all I know about this expansion, really.
And what was Deathwing's goal? Did he just want to destroy the other dragon aspects?
He just wants to fuck shit up. Originally, he was like very much like a staunch defender against the old gods and the titans, and then he went a little bit loony, and then that was kind of
by the time they become a raid boss in World of Warcraft, all their motivations are usually sanded down to just boring old want to win and beat everything. So it's a great evil that wants to undo our stuff, and then we go fight him.
I think it'd actually be kind of a cool expansion if they actually had.
Well, now this one we're gonna finally are we actually going to defeat the demons in the Burning Legion and just leave it at that?
No, probably not. I mean, Illidan's coming back, and we beat him back in Black Temple.
I wonder if one of the flaws about World of Warcraft to an extent is that, and part of why the lore dissolves around the game to an extent, is that they made this interesting conflict between Alliance and Horde, but the game ultimately becomes about doing raids that both teams equally do. Which means that
I think it would have been more interesting if there were actually
Horde.
It would have been interesting if there were actually raids surrounding that conflict.
I still don't know why there are really factions. I mean, maybe just so that people are like, her, or one or the other.
So it's a reason to do anything.
I mean, the factions were just a key part of the story PvP. And the setting, and they just liked the idea of having the two teams because they didn't want to. They didn't want to make an MMO probably that was just humans, but they also probably didn't want to make an MMO that was just orcs. So they decided, we'll make it both. And then they have teams against each other, and I think it's the first popular MMO I can think of that had factions that go against each other.
Yeah, EverQuest, everybody was in the same group, wasn't it?
I think I haven't heard about teams in EverQuest, at least, but I've never played it.
Yeah, I think EverQuest 2 had teams.
I think we got everything in here.
I gotta finish killing the... Oh, wait, no. I've already killed all the laborers.
And now it's practically a staple of how MMOs work, as these factions. There's always two or three teams in games now.
And it's stupid.
I got something special.
It works for World of Warcraft because they have such a large player base. But almost every other game that tried to compete with World of Warcraft did the faction system. I mean, looking at you, Wildstar, and you're dividing an already incredibly stretched player base and development cycle.
Well, the bad thing about Wildstar's factions is that the
just head for the exit shell to the left.
Oh yeah, the Dominion actually did seem like the traditional, we're the Empire, we believe in order and blah 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 and stuff like that, and we sort of cast in the traditional antagonistic light. And though from their perspective the exiles were just uncouth vagabonds that would rather plunge everything into anarchy, but at the same time, World of Warcraft, you don't really get the sense of one side's good and one side's evil. It's just one side's a little bit more bestial and vicious.
I think more people say that the humans are evil than the orcs at this point, don't they?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Except for humans overall are more evil, but the orcish leadership is more evil. Sort of.
Minus Thrall or plus Thrall?
Minus Thrall, he's not the orcish leadership, or he wasn't for a while.
Isn't Thrall almost framed as the biggest hero of the entire universe?
Yeah. Yeah, Thrall is the biggest good guy. Out of everyone. I mean, obviously there are exceptions, but Thrall has nothing against the humans. Well, no, he does, but for the most part, not really.
Well, he had sort of fallen in love with one, except she was killed.
Yes, but for the most part, Thrall's just I have no interest in this conflict. Leave us alone. Even throughout the games, for the most part.
Here.
The supposedly Cinderball. We just gotta wait for him to respawn.
Big surprise, he is then surrounded by conflict.
I don't have Cinderball, though.
Cinderball, the Portal Master?
Whoa. Hello, quest. Welcome to my log.
You just declined it.
Got it.
I got it. So it wasn't wasted.
Wait, Keith's already on that quest. What?
No, you just gave it to me. You literally just gave it to me.
What? We must.
It's weird because you did the prequel quest for this one.
Right there.
I don't know. I guess it didn't. I must have missed a guy that gives a quest.
Huh. All right. Well, I just kind of killed him automatically. That was somehow lackluster.
And we got a tome.
Yeah.
Oh, don't do this to me. Oh, there we go. I'm like, I just need one egg. Don't do this to me, man.
Alrighty then. I think now we're done, Shell. We can leave.
Okay.
I really wish they'd actually have area maps for, like, mini dungeons and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. I'm constantly surprised when they don't exist, because I just feel like they would.
Be careful.
Like, just totally take a screenshot of the area you're in.
I mean, they have a mini-map, so just make that a map. In fact, I think
except for the mini-map for this area is particularly garbage.
I want to say that there was a mod, it might have been Atlas or something, where they literally just took the, wow,
Here.
Well, while we've been talking about stuff, freaking Max and Andrew logged on and off.
Keith, you wanna come to this portal and kill Cinder Nerd?
Yeah.
There's like a couple of things, and it'll be a good way for us to kind of sync up.
Oh, he's probably that big guy I saw.
Yeah, one of the two.
But yeah, I think there was like an Atlas mod or something like that that would, yeah, it was literally like it took the screenshots from the mini maps and constructed maps out of all of those, so that at least you would have maps everywhere.
The forums do look like they're better.
Yeah. You should try Feral when we switch to Pandaria. We don't need a healer.
I mean...
I mean, we do, but we don't need it for leveling. And it would definitely go a lot faster if you were in kitty cat form.
Well, I suppose...
Did they increase... They increased the fidelity of the Moonkin. They actually improved the Moonkin model.
Increased Moonkin fidelity.
How do I know? Because it actually has color. It's not this just gray mass of awful.
Well, I mean, it's a little bit more purpley. Remember,
yeah, it's purplier.
The colors vary.
No. Zoom in on those feathers. Those feathers aren't the old, like, shitty low-res things. They're still low-res, but they actually look kind of more in line with the new World of Warcraft comic booky feel.
Yeah.
Like, I've noticed this game's gotten even more comic-y looking over the years, and I'm actually pretty okay with that.
I have arrived, Wonderbot.
Okay, good. You've got a Cindermon. Go kill
it's that
Cindermon.
guy. I killed him already.
Well, apparently not.
No, like, remember when I was, like, slightly panicked because he kept knocking me over and shit?
Oh, yeah.
He's the guy I accidentally fought.
Okay.
He's not hard.
Kill him.
He's not very hard.
Kill him, and then we're gonna do the follow-up, Forge Master Pyrendius.
That's the other big guy. I saw him, too.
Yeah, we gotta kill him. That whole knockdown.
We'll get on that. Yeah, he does like to knock you down a lot. Ow. Why?
It's okay. If he's just standing on death and decay, you'll kill him. Well, so his minions will show up. But I've popped enough damage over times on him that it'll keep knocking us over.
It feels like you spend the entire fight just like in stun mode, but not actually taking damage. It's like I just feel so passive all of a sudden.
Okay, let's wait for him to turn that one in, Shell, and then we'll do...
Okay.
You know, it's interesting. I have not seen anyone from this guild say anything ever.
The only thing I see is that when we log on, there's a message of the day saying, like, we have so many members, can you guys do those early game quests, please? But it's like misspelled and typoed, and like there's a space in the wrong spot and stuff.
Fun fact, like the last 2 times when we played, no one else is online. So
I really think it's just
what
one of
those.
those.
You invite random people.
You just get.
I think it's a dead leveling guilds that nobody is bothered with.
Oh, I think they already claimed it. So
we can help.
I remember when I was in a leveling guild that was trying to transition into being a raiding guild, where we actually had a ranking system where you had to apply for the rank of alt.
We got progress for that.
Well, right, they changed it so that I remember seeing it in one of the loading screens. They changed it so now, if someone else kills something that you've helped kill, that you get loot for it.
We no longer compete. I assume we still have to wait for Keith, though.
Nah.
Yeah.
You got it too?
Yep.
You did?
How exciting. I vaguely walked towards the room and then the quest was over, and now I guess I'll go back.
It's amazing.
Modern World of Warcraft experience achieved. But I remember we had a WoW guild that, it was a leveling guild that was that was led by all my friends, and we're going to transition to being a raiding guild. So what our thing was that every week we would raise the minimum level of people that were allowed to be in the guild. So you would actually get booted from the guild if you didn't keep up with a certain schedule of leveling, because the ultimate goal was to all be max level characters.
Yep.
And so if your character was an alt, you actually had to apply to have that character given this specific rank in the guild that would label them as an alt, so they wouldn't be booted for being low level.
That. I did the exact same thing, except I was the only one of the entire guild that kept to the schedule. Everybody else was super intermittent. I mentioned that I was in several kind of wannabe pro guilds that's we're gonna hit endgame, we're gonna start recruiting, we're gonna do all this stuff, right?
Sure.
Did I talk about how that was a giant clusterfuck of awful constantly?
I don't know if I really remember it.
Okay, so the one guild that so it's all kind of the same people. So I joined this guild back in, and this is filled with people in my town, and they did actually have a 10-man raiding guild for a while, and it was fairly effective. But the thing with the guild was they would only let you into the guild if you were an active raider. So they wouldn't let even alternates, alternate people or backups in. So it was 12 of them, and they kind of cycle in a little bit. But if they didn't judge you worthy, you get shuffled off to the alt leveling guild and wouldn't communicate with you unless you somehow caught their attention. Which is weird because I knew these people in real life, and so it's just they were complaining about people not showing up, and I'm you probably not have this issue if you actually had one guild, because there's only I think about 25 people across the board here. So they were so staunch about this, and they were kind of assholes to the leveling guild. So
I mean, that's the whole point of having ranks, is to be able to sort people that way without having to create alternate lists.
Yeah, they were being elitists, but so it got so bad that the entire alt guilds, leveling guild, whatever, emptied. There was nobody left, except for me and a couple other people, because I didn't have anybody else to play with. I was in 9th grade, 10th grade. Maybe, I think it was 10th grade. I don't know. But I also didn't care that much because I was just enjoying leveling through the game. But so eventually it falls apart because a couple of them leave.
What are charge bringers?
We're going there later.
Oh, okay.
It's a type of monster. But so eventually a number of them kind of quit for whatever reason, and they're okay, well, let's go check the alternate guild, see who's raid worthy. And it was me. And they're why didn't you recruit more people? And I'm I didn't realize this was my job. So they kicked me from the alt guild. So I'm just alright, well, I guess I have no responsibility here. And then I just kind of keep playing on my own, and eventually one of them's I want to start again, but on the Horde, because Horde's more professional and we won't have this issue. And I'm I mean, I'll keep playing World of Warcraft because I don't...
Common misconception that is very frequently proven wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I will say Horde players do, there's a higher percentage of, successful endgame Horde guilds.
I think it's because...
It's, a minimum thing.
I think they attribute it to the fact that, quote-unquote, more
Horde's
of the
uglier.
alliances...
I don't know.
Races are likable or something.
It's
Good luck.
Everyone wants to be a.
I'd love to see the specific information for this kind of thing, but it also doesn't matter too much.
It honestly often just feels like a thing where people kind of make up their own narrative about stuff, the same way that what is it there's the 3 Pokemon teams right now in Pokemon Go, and people make up a narrative about what type of person joins each guild, but really, people just pick a color for the most part, and that's the whole thought process. Because it comes up and interrupts them at level 5, and they can't play anymore until they pick one, so they just click on something.
Goddamn bird in the tree, and I can't get it. That's annoying. But yeah, so we decided to form a leveling guild with the dregs of his previous guild, and it's only a couple of people, and then we get some new people, because there are a number of guys that want to play World of Warcraft, and haven't had a group to get together for, and, it's all kind of fun, and casual, and I guess, what was it? I was the raid leader, even though we never did a single raid, and then there was the main guy, and then an assistant guildmaster, And the main guy, I don't know if he was a compulsive liar, but, like, I could never really figure out, like, what his deal was. Because he would, like, claim these, like, wild, outlandish things, and I'd say he had, like, a 50% success rate about being right, which was really annoying, because I couldn't tell, like, fact from fiction with him. So, he was legitimately, like, a moderator for RuneScape for a while. Or at least, whomever used his account. And his account was literally his name, so it's like, I can't imagine he's pulling my leg here, and then, you know, he'd also interact with me. So either he was sharing a mod account, which I think would be, like, severe contractual issue, or something I have no idea. But I guess he quit RuneScape because eventually he switches over to World of Warcraft. And, you know, he gets a lot of people to join, but that's it. Oh, I guess I'm done with this.
You guys killing all the harpies now?
I'm just kind of on autopilot talking about this. But I guess I'm the only person that's playing it actively. Because these guys are kind of the, like... You know the kind of, like, upper middle class guy that doesn't really... Or, like, upper middle class white high school guy that, like, dabbles in drugs, drinking, sleeping with girls, so on and so forth?
Ugh.
That kind of deal?
Sure.
Yes? Okay. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know anyone like that, but I'll accept that the words you said all add up to mean things.
People like that.
I don't know, I figured since you grew up in California it was possible.
No, I just knew a bunch of nerds. They played World of Warcraft.
There were a whole lot of nerds in my high school, just kind of like part-time nerds. But so, these guys were only on...
They weren't real nerds.
Well, I mean, they'd be nerdy occasionally, but then I'd also hear about their, like, drinking exploits, and I'd be like, huh, I don't know where to place you people. But,
it's almost as if people are more complicated than that.
Yeah, it's true. But, so, by the end of it, I was kind of the only one that was actively doing any of the leveling, so I hit 70. I don't even know if any of the other guys did in the end.
Really, I think the side effect of being in California is just that all my friends were potheads instead.
Yeah.
They're all smoking. Oh, people are spreading misinformation in your chat, Wander.
What?
What
and it might be my fault because they listen to me say stuff and they don't understand that when I talk to me chat about my videos, I'm not talking about your channel at the same time. They asked what episodes this is going to be in your chat, and someone said that this is the next episode because you're all caught up. And that couldn't be further from the truth, because
oh, no.
right now you're uploading videos to YouTube right now where we're roughly level 62 or something.
Yes.
And I'm 83 right now, so there's a gap. There is a gap.
It's a very large gap.
So no, chat, this is not going to be Wander's next episode. It probably will be 30 episodes or 40 episodes from now for Wander, because he's behind.
Yeah. I lost footage and I lost motivation for a while.
Yeah. You just stopped uploading for a pretty long time.
Yeah, we also stopped playing for a while, and... I mean, I'm putting out like 10 videos a day, and it's always one of those where it's like...
Do I need more? There's always that thing where it's almost like a gamble between, like, do I increase the rate at which this thing's releasing? Like, do I keep up with this thing, or do I try to worry about my cap? But, like, then when you're like, I kind of don't want to release this many videos, but then that would mean, like... basically canceling several shows for like a month if I don't want to release this many videos, and like no matter what you do, someone's not happy. Because everyone wants you to play every game and play them all faster, but also don't release more than like 2 videos a day. And those are inherently contradictory concepts. And then you
just kind of
then you flip a coin.
I've just kind of given up with the whole what is it? The whole Matt Pat game... Was it? Yeah, it was Game Theorist with the, like, only put out so many videos, or something like that.
Yeah. I hate that video.
Yeah.
And I hate the people who tell you that video means stuff.
Motherfucker.
Because it's just some guy's opinions. I think I'm disconnected from the server.
Go in peace.
You can't interact.
The server is definitely having issues.
Oh, no, it's back. Okay.
Okay, because I just had a random NPC despawn the NPC I was trying to talk to, and now I can't get it back.
For those that don't know, Game Theory dude, Matt Pat made a video a long time ago talking about some concept called subscriber burn. And this idea that supposedly if you make a lot of videos and you don't space it out perfectly between like which type of things do well and whatnot, that it like hurts your channel, and your videos stop showing up on the front page, and all these other things, and honestly, a lot of it kind of just seems like myths, honestly. Like, it kind of just doesn't seem true in many cases. And I feel like he just made shit up to reinforce. It's like that mathematician problem where somebody looks at numbers and then just makes up theories that support the numbers, and they're like, well, it fits the model of what I'm looking at, so obviously it's right. Like confirmation bias. And which is, I mean, that's what his channel is he just looks at things and makes up concepts to explain them, but when he does it in a way that's trying to tell people how to run their channels, it's kind of problematic, and then it hits the Let's Play subreddit, and people are taking it like genuine advice, and they probably should not be taking advice from some random person on the internet, even if he does say that he's like some kind of, what do you call it when you give people advice as for a job or whatever?
Guru?
A counselor, a consultant?
Consultant, that's the word. Do you guys know where the next quests are? Maybe it's at the Sanctuary.
I
actually ran out of quests.
Eggs.
I'm gonna try the Sanctuary of Malorn, because there's no other quests
Here,
around.
I'm gonna queue us up for a dungeon, actually.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Because, I'm doing a quest where I have to interrogate somebody, and it messed up real bad, and it's pissing me off, so I can't do it for a little while. We just did Throne of the Tides. We've done Blackrock Caverns. Okay, I guess
weird.
it's just Stonecore.
You have to go to the tracking thing and turn on hidden quests. Why?
Oh, yeah,
why is that a secret?
what level are you?
I don't understand the point of that.
You're 83. We've actually out-leveled this area.
Oh, have we?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, not like too much, but you're supposed to do the first...
Oh yeah, 82, you're right.
You're supposed to do the first 2.5 levels here, and then the next 2.5 in one of the later areas. So if we actually want to switch to a newer, cooler area, that might not be a bad idea.
Oh, and I was just discovering more about this winged spirit Aviana.
And my general thought on the too many videos concept is that there's basically, no matter what you do, there's always people that are unhappy. Some people want more videos, some people want fewer videos. The people who want fewer videos are offering you to not watch videos. The people who want more videos are offering to watch more videos. One of those things is obviously better for you than the other one. It's like, if you provide videos for all the people that want more videos, you get more views. If you don't provide videos because some people don't want so many videos, then you get fewer views. So,
yeah.
One of those things is right.
Wait, I'm in combat.
It's pretty straightforward math, honestly.
Well,
like,
fuck
oh
that
yeah,
death.
that's the one that wins. Oh, did Death Knight just start attacking things?
Yeah, he's decided to get into combat, but I'm not in tanking spec, so I'm just gonna go stand back here. No, I haven't even
I guess I'll
picked up
vanish
the quest.
then. Alright.
Yeah. I'll just hang back here until we're not in combat anymore, so I can actually switch specs.
And now they're spinning.
I mean, we're probably fine, but it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Woo-wee.
Obviously. So I almost died immediately because there was like, he wasn't holding aggro because he doesn't seem to be in tank either. So I attacked once and I was immediately taking damage. Yay! People who run ahead.
He didn't even pick up the quest yet. He just decided to go.
Was that just the only quest? Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's probably one of those like sequence quests. It'll take me a bit. Wait, this is a new one. Death's Caress. Oh wait, no, never mind. I really like the new interface directly below the characters. I know that's totally like lifted from a mod conceptually.
Yeah. That's like the first mod people install is like, how do I put a health bar directly where my character is so I can see it ever? Because otherwise it's a tiny health bar on the top corner of the screen where you'll never notice it and then you're dead. Which explains all those sudden deaths I had in earlier episodes. Because like I'm not looking at the top corner of the screen constantly because
guy?
It's so rarely relevant.
Fun fact: I'm DPS for once. He is tank.
He's the tank?
Yeah.
Why did you go for that?
This is literally the first time.
I think he's always queued for both.
Yeah, I'm always queued for both, and this is literally the first time I haven't been. That's so weird. Yeah.
Why? Because I felt bad.
Okay, go.
It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty straightforward, Shell. He queues for both because he just wants us all to fit into slots as fast as possible to get into an instance. But tanks are relatively uncommon compared to DPS, so he's never actually been brought in as DPS because tanks and healers are always in high demand. But this time, there was a tank already, so it made him DPS.
Wander, from now on, you are only doing tank. Okay?
Doesn't matter, just heal the other guy.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to... The thing is, if I do a sort of, like, not awful job, but let's go say that something wrong happens with healing Wander. He understands, he can help me. Whoa, this thing's targeting
no matter
me.
what happens, if the tank goes down, the whole team wipes, regardless of if it's Wander or not, and they're all gonna know.
It's just that, I think it would be worse if I failed a total stranger as opposed to Wander.
But that's always gonna be on the table as long as we're not all people on TeamSpeak for a whole 5-person party.
It's just, I felt bad because he was going, hang back.
There's Twilight documents back here if you guys didn't see it.
Oh,
on
what's
the floor.
That?
It's a quest.
Oh, I see it.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Jump when the giant finishes casting. Was that about the quest we just did?
No, I think it's about the next.
Oh, there's a crystal shard thing.
They're not durable.
Nope.
Oh, maybe
But
it means this giant. Okay.
Apparently I'm in combat. So I cannot stealth.
Oh yeah, it's this thing. They're little crystal things that are going all over the place.
I love throwing the dice around.
It's so weird being DPS in a dungeon for once. It's like suddenly all responsibility is just gone.
I know, right? Isn't it chill?
I also don't know what my dungeon rotation is, because these guys live longer than one strike, so it's like...
You've never had a DPS this entire playthrough before, even when you're soloing.
Yeah. Like, I know my...
It's never been damage per
really
second,
easy.
it's always just been damage. And then it's over.
Ow. These things suck.
You'll be fine.
I've also never been in this dungeon before, so it's kind of okay that I'm not tanking it,
We found the new one?
I'm getting attacked by tiny little crabby things. Help!
Oh yeah. There's a bunch of tiny little crabby things. They're dead.
They're all very dead.
This is a pretty dungeon.
I
was expecting that dragon to attack us, but it didn't. No.
It is leading the way. I think it was the one that was goading us earlier, being like, "Follow me."
Oh, you know what? Yeah, it's Slabhide. We're fighting him now.
Slabhide.
Slabhide.
That is the
chunk.
netherest of drakes. Oh yeah, that's just another drake covered in crystal.
I don't know what lava... Oh, lava fissure is like a thing on the ground that don't stand in.
Nope, sounds
Gotcha.
like a good idea not to stand in things that are lava.
Don't stand under the shadows either, from the looks of it.
Oh, yeah, those things are probably going to drop on you.
Oh,
This
yeah,
feels
don't
like the
I have,
first
like, a-
DLC from Dark Souls 2.
I totally forgot I have a zombie that I can bring with me. I haven't been using him either.
Doesn't it kind of feel like we're fighting Sin
Whoa.
Sin.
from Dark Souls 2? In the sunken castle.
Oh, yeah. The ambiance is the same. Though,
Slab high.
less gross.
Yeah, like the general location, and we're in an underground cave that's really vast, and this guy is challenging us. And he's flying overhead and stuff. What's this thing
That's a
do?
shame.
Oh, it's a teleporter. Oh wow, they're way ahead of us.
Yep,
Yeah,
we need
they
to
are.
go.
Hunter and Death Knight are already fighting the next group. They're in a hurry.
Yeah, I mean, these people in their dungeons they don't want to slow down for anything.
Yeah. I mean, I think when you play this game all the time, that's just how fast you normally do dungeons.
Yeah,
The game doesn't really have downtime built into it the way that it used to. In the original game, every time you did anything, you just had to start eating and shit afterwards.
I remember Dead Mines was just the biggest pain in the ass.
Yeah, because you always had to recover after doing virtually anything in this game.
Okay, I have to say, Unholy Death Knights in dungeons really satisfying. So I do these festering wounds things, and every time an enemy takes damage, the festering wounds have a chance of popping. And so, if I'm fighting a beefy enough enemy in a large enough group, it becomes just this, like, kind of sea of numbers as they pop, and then pop, and then pop, and then pop. And it's like, this is gross, but also really fun to watch.
It's my favorite gross.
Because, yeah, you can even see it kind of come off in waves.
Flying! I'm in the sky now, help!
Quit your whining. You'll be
I really
fine.
operate best with my feet on the ground!
Nobragon took like 2.5 hours. Yeah, if you were fast. Nobragon was awful. And by awful, I mean
Jesus. No, I hated Nobragon when I was a teenager.
It was so much not fun.
It's a labyrinth.
Whoa.
Yeah, they definitely improved it.
Deadmines was long and kind of difficult when you're at the proper level in Vanilla WoW and everything, but like, Nobragon was actually a nightmare of like, where the hell do you go while playing this place? Like, I don't know where to go next. Because it was absolutely massive and just stretched in every direction. It was a nightmare. You had to look, like, I remember long days of like looking up where to go next and stuff like that.
I actually don't know how bad Grand Slam is. Shatter.
Jumping didn't do it.
Oh, that took you out.
That
didn't feel good.
Thank you. I was backing away, but turns out
I felt better.
When it says move away, it's like,
okay, I'm gonna cast Tranquility. I hope this works.
Shatter.
Okay, oh, I see. You can even see the area.
Yeah,
he's gone too.
That's okay. He's almost dead. Yeah,
we're all good now. The tendrils of burrowing dog.
Let's see.
Okay,
what an item
revive.
name.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I remember. I think the very first character I ever played in Vanilla WoW was a gnomish wizard, which was kind of the worst.
Chat makes a good point about why people would just be charging through nonsensically, because now leveling has such an emphasis on like heirloom gear. Like, there's just gonna be a bunch of there's just gonna be a bunch of people never needing equipment ever.
So it took me a while to get over here.
Well, yeah, the hunter went on ahead, and
if your 5-man is old people that yeah, he was shooting people, so I thought it was just safe to run in.
No,
but it was not. It was just be a hunter.
I was trying to get the thing's
reckless.
attention, but I don't have like blood specs, so I can't just like hot swap.
But yeah, like if you had a 5-person crew where everyone's using
tanky
heirloom gear, then you would just be running through the dungeon as fast as possible to kill everything and not stopping ever, because you don't even need loot or even to look at what anyone drops.
Oh wow!
Like, just fuck it, murder everything.
The hunter's a bastard. You know what they did?
What?
They lured that big guy that murdered you onto you and me, and used feign death to get away, so they could keep killing the little
guys. Oh,
I mean, he didn't really lure him onto me. I literally ambushed him myself because I thought that it was safe.
Well, yeah. But like, you know, they were the one that drew the attack.
Yep. Yay! I injured him to spell. That ring looks bad. I should probably get out of that ring.
Yep.
Oh! Just got void thrown like straight into another ring. Come back here! I got a gun. Hammering that gun button.
Let's see. I don't know if there's specifically
where are you guys?
We're like over on the side, punching her.
I can't.
We're attacking the boss.
I can't cast spells on you guys.
Come over, hang out. That's okay. She's almost dead.
I really can't see.
We're right
you're
here.
over here.
We're right
jumping.
here.
Just because of
pain.
It's okay. Dead.
Just because of the
My life is
pedestal,
pain.
I couldn't get you.
Yeah.
Line of sight.
Either. Yeah, probably because of this dumb dragon face you couldn't see.
Yep.
There's a way out of here, right?
Wait, that was it?
Yeah, that was it.
Yep.
We're done.
That was quick. They were in a hurry. Man, I am not useful as a DPS, and that's all I am.
Yeah.
Well, they said that assassination was a pretty good spec. Would you try a different one?
I mean, I think it's one of those where we don't even know. Like, we haven't been here long enough to, like... Well, we haven't been playing and, like, doing dungeons as effectively.
So do I do teleport out of dungeon, then teleport into dungeon?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's probably the thing to do.
Just so you don't have to go back through, considering all of the people that they left alive.
Okay, well that was effective.
That was
so
quick.
Yeah, it was. Do we want to go to a new place?
Yeah.
We've got one on this continent.
And or another dungeon.